out to the floor, and those are the men who will be involved in the last final of the day, the steel rings. So work to do still for those men. 8 more to come. Terry Gannon, Nastya Lukin, and Tim Daggett with you. Yeah, some fans from Greece. They got an athlete here, and he's going to kick it off. Leftherios Petrunius will be first to go. Ukraine represented, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Russia, Italy, and Brazil. Artur Zanetti, we've seen him already so far this week. One of those names that gymnastics fans know very well. Petrunius, though, will get it underway. Leftherios, the 27-year-old, he was there in Rio, won a gold medal on rings in 2016.
He is staggeringly great, and the thing that sets him apart is he is so still on his strength parts. But he wasn't even supposed to compete here, had taken his name off the list, has a very bad shoulder, is going to have shoulder surgery right when he gets back. Said, I can do it, though. I can grit through the pain. And believe me, if you've got shoulder issues going on, you don't want to be doing them. See how still he is and how he opens his hands up on the rings. That telegraphs to the judge that I am not putting my wrists on the rings at all, which can be a deduction. We call it a false grip. Look, it's just... everybody kind of quivers when they get to the strength parts, but his body does not move at all. It's uncanny. It's great. The only question mark ever with his rings is the dismount double-double.
Well, that's a way to kick it off.
Wow. I think he's glad he came and competed.
Qualified into the final in first place with a 15.266.
Two-time defending world champion on rings, and they call him the Lord of the Rings back in Rio when he won gold. And as you said, not only doubtful, but he was not going to compete, and he thought about it, talked to his coach, and I actually think I can do it.
Unbelievably, and that was really phenomenal. And you know, he's first out of the box, and I don't want to spoil this for anybody, because it could happen that he doesn't repeat as a world champion, Olympic champion, but I would say that routine pretty much impossible to beat. The only error I saw was this right here. He kind of landed in that cross position a little bit high from the swing event, but once again, we're looking at it in slow-mo. That stuck landing, though. I mean, he does it all the time, too, and he doesn't look like he's that comfortable in the air. Greece, there you go. You were saying they call him the Lord of the Rings in Greece. I call him the Lord of the Rings, too. I mean, he's just... I've seen people that maybe were as strong as him, but I've never, ever seen anybody who could arrive at these positions and then not even shake an ounce.
15.366. So rest of the field, go get you some.
Yeah, that's the best score he's had. And really, I think there's been only one other gymnast, Artur Zanetti from Brazil, that was capable of grabbing that 15 number.
Yep, in the qualifying, he had gotten a 15.033.
So here is Igor Radovilov from Ukraine, the 26-year-old, just comparing numbers, 14.733, qualified fourth.
He is a kind of standard issue for ring finals and vault finals. He didn't make the vault here this time, kind of aborted his first attempt, but also really strong. This is awesome right here. Totally locked arms. Very still as well, as I was talking about. Arrived at that position a little bit high. I'm nitpicking because that's what the judges do. somewhat uncommon skill to see that inverted cross. Little bit of a dip right there, as you saw, and that will do it. He will absolutely not move into the lead, no question.
And further, no question.
Yes.
Metavilov, who won Olympic bronze in vault. You mentioned him not doing the vault, making it, but it's kind of been his event along with rings. And at the World Championships last year, he came in 6th. Disappointment, and disappointing routine there, obviously.
Really nice start, though. Very still. Like I said, has a good handstand position, too. Some of these gymnasts, they're doing routines that are so exhausting that they get to the end of the routine and you just can't pull it off. That right there, though, that inverted cross, that's too high. And it's like impossible to do it perfectly level. There have been about 3 people in the world that I've seen do it completely level. So it's curious to me as to why he puts that into his routine, and that's 2 steps forward. Both of them most likely 3/10. So he knows he's out of it.
You're talking about being exhausted. It looks exhausting, every bit of it. Mm-hmm. And I can't even imagine needing shoulder surgery and doing this. I mean, how did he pull that off?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. You see the tape there that's probably doing very little.
Yeah. He's got to get that done right away when this is over.
Yeah, he plans to have it done, immediately when he gets back. A shoulder surgery, another top gymnast, Oleg Vernayev from the Ukraine, also had a major shoulder injury. Came here to the Worlds and was looking great halfway through the all-around competition, and then went to high bar, which is really difficult on the shoulder, and really took himself out at that point.
Your shoulders are up and behind you many times, right?
Exactly, and that's the whole thing. If you're sitting in a chair or standing up, if you put your arms all the way completely over your head on still rings and on high bar, you have to be able to put them all the way over your head and then put them back even further, and then take your shoulders and kind of move them inside and outside. And when you do that, it's excruciating.
Yeah. Bit of a delay here as they try to figure out the number.
And that's just the worst part.
Yeah.
And I know I've said it, but it really is. When you're waiting to go, that's the last thing that you want to do, is just be staring at those judges waiting and saying, just give me the green flag already.
Well, not a good feeling for him either.
No,
he knows he struggled. It's going to be a low number.
It is going to be a low number, and actually, it's better than I thought it was going to be perfectly honest.
But the way that they've been judging and scoring the execution, that wasn't terrible.
So on to the 26-year-old from Armenia, Artur Tavmasyan, competing at his first World Championships. Qualified 3rd with a number of 14.866.
Very nice start. Do another similar element. Should be completely flat like a board, and he is exactly that. His swinging combination right here. Little bit high once again. A lot of athletes are high on that. They arrive above the cross position, and he never even got back down to it. But besides that, that was very, very nice. Really, really beautiful routine. Big hop forward on the landing and chest down. He'll incur deductions for that, but
what he's been able to do here this week had to exceed expectations. I mean, he hadn't even medaled at the European Championships, never been to Worlds, did win a World Cup 2017 that was held in Doha, but this is a different level.
Oh yeah, it's not the same.
So you see how his chest is a little bit down. Small hop though, you know. The judges should take only 1/10 of a point for that, because I would say that's less than his shoulders apart. But his shoulders are gigantic.
Rings being held at the end of the day too, so you know these athletes, while they may not have been out here watching the rest of the action, it's a long wait to get to this point.
It absolutely is. The event finals actually tend to be pretty much the longest day of the whole competition.
Petrunius still solidly in first place, as the next man up is a 30-year-old from Armenia, Vagan Davtyan.
Apparently in Armenia, they are eating a lot of spinach, because to have two guys make the still rings final at a World Championships, not an easy task. Really cool. Starts in a hang position and just pulls him up. Once again, you see that technique of opening up the hands. Does it on this skill, which is called a Maltese. And that was done very well. You notice he did not arrive in that final position, the cross high, like we've seen a number of other athletes do. Exhausted at this point. Double layout, full twist, but curve pow, fly high and stick the landing.
And we got another one. Vagan Davtyan from Armenia. Should be good numbers as we continue. It's at the World Championships last year. Didn't make it to the final, but this a 14.733 for Davtyan.
Not bad. Absolutely.
But Eleftherios Petrunius still with the lead, and a solid one at that, as we continue on here with the rest of the competition. And the apparatus finals, Nikita Simonov from Azerbaijan, and qualified 7th for this final.
Actually born in Russia and was approved to transfer his nationality by the FIG in July of 2018. Very popular combination now. And these guys are all so strong. You know, you kind of forget, or they make it look too easy. And that right there is going to be a big deduction, though. He did not land in the cross position right away. Not at all. Little bit high on that planche. Should be completely parallel to the floor. And once again, when he goes into these cross positions, he's going to incur that one a significant deduction. Nice swing combination. You see the ring swinging, though. They're called the still rings for a reason. You want to keep them perfectly still. Full twisting double layout, step forward, low landing.
And, you know, we talked a lot about how people like Simone Biles and Nikita in our tour, they have competed so many days in a row, whether, you know, going from the qualifying to the team finals to the all-around. He actually hasn't competed since the qualifying, and that's almost just as difficult when you have about a week and you can't compete until almost the last day. You have to keep training and training. Mentally, it's so challenging, but important to kind of stay in the game.
You're almost tempted to leave and come back.
Yeah. So his elbows bend a little bit on that backup rise into that strength part as well. Look at his chest when he hits the ground right there. Almost touches his thighs.
You know, Tim, we know you did this event, but Terry and I keep just looking at each other saying how. Like, some of it's
amazing.
Yeah, the normal person, if you would to...
I wouldn't call us normal.
Yeah, what are you trying to say?
You're well above normal. But
no. 14.266, so into fourth place. So you've got two athletes from Armenia in the top three right now, and obviously the leader is from Greece. Petronius with a number that, as you said at the time, not sure they're going to touch.
Yeah, it doesn't quite look like it.
And we have seen this man before. We've seen a lot of them this week. Nikita Nagorny making it to the final here. There's still rings. 21-year-old from Moscow.
Not quite sure what he was doing there. Probably just wasting time waiting for the judges to say he could go. And to be an all-arounder and make it into both rings and pommel horse finals is almost unheard of. They are not the same at all. They require completely different strengths, different flexibilities. That was excellent. As I've been saying over and over again, a lot of the gymnasts are arriving too high for that cross position. Nikita has vastly improved his strength and the positions on rings. Early in his career, he was trying to do some of those, and they just weren't that perfect yet. Double-double for him. I'll tell you, man, it's like he has got like super glue on his feet because he sticks so often on some of the most challenging things.
You would appreciate it, having been there and done that. And it goes back to what Nastia just said. I mean, from the outside looking in, it looks incredible and incredibly hard. He's been getting in the 14.5, at most 14.6 range, so it's not going to factor in here unless he gets a higher number than that, but pretty impressive just pulling that off.
No, absolutely. I mean, there's no way he can factor into the top spot. You know, I don't even believe that he can even get onto the podium at this point. As you've just mentioned, his scores are far below, you know, second and third are 14.766 and 14.733 at this point in time. This is a very good routine, though. Very good. And this is what he did that so critical. Last thing the judges see.
So he needs a better number than he's gotten previously throughout the week. And it was a heck of a routine, so we'll see. In terms of a medal. Yeah, it's 14.733, and he is going to get into third place.
Wow. And it's the same score, but once again,
Daktian had the same exact number. You're right.
But Nikita's execution score is higher.
And they're just trying to figure this out in a why, and just coming to them at the moment. So, well, I was kind of joking when I said, are we going to see a tie again? And yet again we have. Amazing. Wow. 2 more to go. So who knows what's in store. Marco Laudadio from Italy, the 26-year-old who was born in Rome. He qualified 6th.
So watch what he does here. He's in a hang, and he just pulls himself up through a cross position. I mean, it's insane. Italy also known for some great still rings workers. Just unbelievable. Yuri Keki. Before Petronius, he was the Lord of the Rings. Just incredible strength. Little bit of movement in that strength part. That was perfect, and I hope the judges saw it that way, because it was. No rise at all. Double, just a small little hop, but that was tremendous.
Laudadio trying to challenge for one of those spots on the podium.
And you know, it's probably going to be a little bit difficult. He qualified into 6th place going into this final with a 14.666. So if he got that same score now, that would put him in 5th place.
But remember, Nagorny got a higher number than he had been getting throughout the week.
Considerably.
Yeah.
The thing that Nikita Nagorny had going for him is at the finish, it was a perfect stick. I actually thought he could have stuck that, just the smallest little hop. Really, it's only a 1/10 of a point. But when you look at how tight things are right here, we get that little slide back could mean all the difference.
Judge has been handing out, been more generous with the numbers.
They have, yes, they have.
Throughout this final. So, here you go. Oh, man,
Wow.
14-9.
Okay, that's completely shocking to me. Tim?
And he's shocked, as you can see.
I don't think they were expecting that at all.
14.666, as you said, was his qualifying score. 14-9. And into 2nd place, he's guaranteed a medal. We've got 1 man to go.
Wow.
Yeah. Petronius fans still celebrating because they've gone through the entire field down to the final 1. And Eleftherio still with the lead here, looking for another world title. But here is the man, Artur Zanetti, from Brazil, 28 years of age, a 2-time Olympic medalist on rings, including the gold in 2012, and a 3-time medalist on rings. So this is a man who could threaten. And he qualified 2nd with a score of above 15.
I love sci-fi, and I'll tell you what, this guy is the perfect example of alien strong. I mean, he is, it's just unbelievable. The question's going to come down for him to the landing at the end and how perfect he arrives at the positions. So if you're doing one of those skills where you're supposed to be completely horizontal, right to the floor, he has to land there, not get there. Like that. Perfect so far. That was beautiful. Really still. And once again, that bounce to a cross, or Nakayama, was done really well, as was that right there. Just a little bit of a wiggle, but they will take a 10th for that, for sure. And another slight little check, but this was a fabulous routine. Fabulous.
Who you got, Tim?
How do you split those two?
Well, I'll tell you, historically, it has been a bad thing to be first up in the lineup.
Of course, not in anyone's control.
No, it's not. Well, actually, now that you say that, I got to bring this up. It's ancient history. But in his first Olympics, he won the Olympic gold medal. And his strategy was he didn't do his hardest routine in qualifying because he wanted to make sure that he had a later
place in the lineup.
In the lineup for the finals.
Interesting. Petronius went first. Zanetti goes last. They're the two best, you got to say. And they're battling for the gold as we wait for this number.
He's the only other gymnast to score a 15 on the still rings. He got a 15.033 both competitions. He's got at least a silver. He's going to get at least a silver.
So how close will it be? The number is 15.366. That's what leads right now. Petronius, who looks for his fourth straight major title. Not enough. 15.1 for Zanetti. And it's Eleftherios Petronius from Greece who wins again. 4 straight major titles on rings. And now the 3-time reigning world champ to go along with the Olympic title.
Well, he's masterful on that event. And he did his job being first up, putting up that huge number. He's going to go home, he's going to rest, and he's going to have that shoulder fixed surgically.
And oh, is he glad he changed his mind. Was not going to compete, had the injury, said, you know what, I actually think I can do it. Captures another gold. So, it's a gold medal for Greece, Brazil, the silver, Italy, the bronze. Laudadio able to put together some kind of performance there on rings. And that's the way they close it out here. All the action which took place today in Doha, Qatar. Talaloyan individual apparatus finals, the floor exercise. Simone Biles, Rutong, how close that was again. Derweil, so impressive on uneven bars. And Petronius on still rings. 48th World Gymnastics Championships. But we got more to come. Tomorrow, final day of the event final. Simone Biles still with 2 more medal chances in Doha. That's live at 9 a.m. Eastern on Olympic Channel, home of Team USA. Close enough for you again today with the ties?
Absolutely. Way too close.
We're going to do that again tomorrow. For Nastia Lukin and Tim Daggett, I'm Terry Gannon. See you tomorrow once again at the World Championships, everybody.